Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Latin Delta FPL with another Fantasy Premier League video. This time, you will get to see my results from Game Week 1, some notes, and possible plans for Game Week 2. So let's start points review from the back line to the top. Okay, so as we go on, we can definitely check that Trent Alexander-Arnold did not have a good game, and he went blank to the points we're used to seeing from him, where he only had 1 point. He had a very bad game where he was completely exposed by the Leeds attack, and Liverpool got barely through with a 4-3 win, where Van Dijk had points, Robertson had points, but unfortunately Trent did not deliver. Egan and Sheffield produced 0 points, with Sheffield United having a nightmare of a game early on, which it was very surprising to see. So once we look into that, for me, it was just very surprising to see Sheffield early on, and it makes you think, was Dino the entire trick? Is Ramsdale gonna be able to keep up? You think? Who knows? But so far it was very just not good at all from the Sheffield, and honestly, it makes you think if you have Sheffield United assets. The only good thing about it was James Justin for my afternoon, where the backline savior for me was him. He put an assist and got the clean sheet on Leicester 3-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. Besides that, McCarthy gave me 2 points, and just basically it was a kind of a mediocre side from my defenders, with I only got 12 points from 4 players. Not such a good start from the backline, but hey, good positive points for Justin James there in that Leicester. I wish I would have Castagna there, but hey, 9 points from 1 player. Hey, that kind of saves my defense in there. And James Johnson with a cool 9 points there. So let's go with our midfield contributions, where Aubameyang delivered the goods, but Salah stole the show there with a hat trick, and I predicted he will get penalties based on, he will score based on penalty duties, and he had 3 goals himself to grab the lead for the scoring boot. And man, Liverpool just actually I'm sure they were very surprised at defense, but offensively, everybody knows what Liverpool can do. And for me, Leeds deserved a point in this game. They were very unlucky that Liverpool scored towards the end. But hey, Aubameyang as my captain delivered with 14 points, Salah with 20, and Gucci Mane blank, man. That sucks. But I think I'll keep him just based on the fixtures long term. And just to finalize there, just Havertz, oh man, disappointing to say the least. He had a discreet debut for Lampard. Some of his plays were just coming from, I guess, a rookie guy just coming out, and he did not look as nearly as gelled as, let's say, James Rodriguez in Everton against Spurs. Havertz was completely the opposite there. He just looked shy. He just didn't look dangerous at all. And for me, the dangerous guy was his fellow German teammate, Timo Werner. He was constantly booing between defenders and was lucky not to score. But I mean, 39 points for my midfield with almost an average of 10 points per player. Looks like a solid outfit in there. And it could have been better if I had Salah as captain there. But do I have regrets for choosing Aubameyang as captain? Nope. He will keep the armor for the next game versus the West Ham, which they did not look good, but at least they had a better outfit this time in the EFL Cup on the week. That gives us 51 points so far from the 12 that we had before. So let's look at our front line. Our front line, to finish the points balance, my strikers had a bad day, to be honest. Inks blanked, and also had a bad day in the EFL Cup in the middle of the week. Just recently, and Mitrovic came off the bench, which was very surprising because there's not even many strikers on the Fulham team. And only Werner got me points after winning a penalty versus Brighton and Brighton. You can definitely see his speed, man. Timo Werner looked dangerous and ready to pounce, but now everybody's thinking about his knock. But so far, it seems to be like a little bit scary. It seems to be still fit for the weekend, which I was waiting on, but it's still he's looking dangerous, man. I'm telling you, this guy Timo Werner is made for the Premier League. His pace, his attack, his finishing. He looked hungry to score. He was just unlucky not to score. And the thing is that now they have a Liverpool trip and does not look easy at all. But I'm excited for what Werner can do in this season, and most likely I will not get rid of him. Now let's look at that. I mean, 8 points for my strikers, less than 3 points on average per player. Mark a dreadful outing for my front line. For me, I think that sucked the most is Tyreek Mitchell. A little bit of a shy pick there from Palace. He got a clean sheet, and I got 6 points sitting on my bench. Just unlucky, I guess. So yeah, that pretty much just seals my week with not so impressive, I guess, in the points total average there. Well, 59 points, average of 50, which gives a 59. And notes there, it could be better, could be worse. It's just the start, with a rank there of 1.7 million. It's not so bad. I mean, considering there's 7 million players, so it doesn't look so bad. But for me, this is gonna be the ranking. It's gonna take a while there, but for me, it will get better. I'm sure there's an average FPL warrior there. I'm sure it'll get better, but yeah, just hopefully. I mean, it's just a start. So yeah, don't worry. We can definitely adjust and lesson as an FPL player. Don't regret decisions. Just keep marching on. So now we're gonna keep an eye on our set players that you definitely want to keep an eye on. Okay, so for our next part of the video, I have the Eagle Watch, a set of players to definitely keep an eye on. We're players from, what do you know? Everton, of course. You can see that they had an amazing game, especially James Rodriguez coming off the plane. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison are poised to get assists from James in the entire new Everton midfield. And of course, Lucas Digne, man, he has crossing quality, and these assets are definitely on the rise. Like I mentioned before, the Toffees are taking over. So let's see how it got, especially with their picks. They're definitely you gotta check them out, man. You can definitely keep an eye on them. Our next pick, as the big boys come back, of course, it's gonna be Martial and Bruno Fernandes. Oh, excuse me there, Fernandes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a penalty margin there, but I'm sure Manchester United is coming to score, and they look ready to pounce to start the season with. So yeah, they're definitely looking for me set to score. And to be honest, I wish I could afford KDB, but I cannot do it. Yes, only I made some changes. So yeah, that's definitely going to be what's going to happen there. So now we got a surprise package here, a surprise pick. Who knows? Who's this guy? I am going for a bold pick here. I'm setting Bamford to score versus Fulham. Having scored before in the Championship versus Fulham, and Rodrigo having not such a positive out in the EFL Cup, where Leeds got knocked out by Hull City on penalty after Alioski had tied the game in the last minutes just to miss the penalty on the shootout. I mean, it was a long shootout. Alioski missed the penalty, but he was not the one. I mean, he did his best, but believe me, Leeds came to play to the Premier League, so I'm putting Bamford to score this time. Now, let's check out our game week 2 preview and strategies. Possible strategies as Man U and the Titan Man City come back. Alright, so now looking for my plan on my team, I have Havertz to Fernandes, then Inks to Che Adams, keeping on the same line there. For me, Havertz just did not look sharp at all, and you gotta go with either United or City assets are they ready to pounce, man. So this plan A, maybe as an alternative there. So yeah, let's see how it goes. That could be a plan A, or Plan B, Hubbard's 2, JR19, James Rodriguez. So let's see how that's a pretty good option. I mean, a little bit biased there towards my home, but let's see. It could be a good plan there. And Engsto Martial. So for me, that definitely looks like a stronger plan. So let's see how it pans out. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll just keep my transfer. So yeah, could be a possibility. I mean, you try to save. You can always save the transfer, but you also don't want to slack off and be behind. I'm sure the people that pick money over Salah are gonna be regretting a little bit of that change. So yeah, believe me, you don't want to fall early on. And for me, just to finish the video here, Aubameyang is gonna keep the armband as captain. For me, he looks set on stone. I mean, the score could have been bigger, but Aubameyang, I'm sure he's definitely poised to score. After that, might be looking into changing him, but I'm gonna leave the armband to Aubameyang, and I'm sure, for me, he's set to score. All right. So after that, well, thank you so much. Hopefully you like this video. You can always comment, leave a like, and subscribe. I appreciate your help and good luck on your FPL season. Let's see what Game Week 2 brings us in this exciting Premier League season. This is Latin Delta FPL. I'm out.